Thank you, John, for your initiative in doing this video. We try and tell you how to take stains out, more stains, more safely, more frequently. So some people say, I don't want to take out stains. I want to just dry clean, and I want to press and finish and send it out the door. If that's the case, you're taking out one of your most important jobs that the dry cleaner has to do. Finishing and cleaning and stain removal are equally important in the perception of the quality dry cleaner. If one of those jobs is missing, if you're not removing as many stains as possible, it's like a three-legged stool. The legs of the stool, if one is missing, the stool will fall over. So we're trying to give you a little more information to give you a stronger stain removal, shall we say, a stronger stain removal ability. So the first step in stain removal is your spray spotters for soil, oil, and grime. The dry side spray spotter is called E-Z-Go. It is a leveling agent. It's a light POG, and it's your first step in removing soil, oil, and grime. So you can use it as a first step prior to going into a POG, but it's a solvent-based product that you can put right in your dry cleaning machine. So it contains solvents, it contains leveling agents, it contains detergency, and it contains grease removal. This is a go-to product. When you're dry cleaning, it's going to be your number one step, because sometimes when you're using this product, particularly on the dry side, you don't need to go any further. On the wet side, we have the Right Go, which is also the number one step for soil, oil, and grime. Some people like to call it a collar cuff, but it's so much more than a collar cuff. It's a neutral lubricant, and it's a surfactant that digs in. It's a soap or surfactant that digs into the soil and brings it up like a sponge. That is called microemulsion technology. Microemulsion technology just lifts more soil, and when I compare this to any other spray spotters on the wet side that are out there, I invite you to do the same, because we will help you to remove more soil more quickly so that you can go and do other things rather than spend a lot of time on the spotting board. And if you use the Right Go, you can also use it as a neutral lubricant. When you're soaking something to take a stain out, you can add a little bit of the Right Go right into the soaking mix so that it swells the fiber, as a neutral lubricant is supposed to do, so that whatever you are trying to do, whether it be an oxy bleach or some other kind of a stain remover, if you're soaking, it helps to make your soak a lot more effective. So those two products are your number one step. Your number two step is paint, oil, and grease remover, POG. Everybody knows POG. Paint, oil, and grease remover, we have three of them. Targo EF is designed especially for hydrocarbon and all solvents. Once you've used the E-Z-Go, which is a light POG, if you need to step up one step, Targo EF is your ultimate POG to take out the rest of the grease stain. So you start with the E-Z-Go and you finish up with the Targo EF. If you use Inco, Inco has POG capacity too, but it's on the acid side, and there's so much more that it can do besides just POG. Because it's on the acid side, it can also help you with some tannin stains, and I will show you that when we get to taking out a wine stain. Inco and E-Z-Go and Targo EF are both dry side products. However, E-Z-Go and Inco are the two products that can go into hydrocarbon directly. If you're spotting with Inco as a POG, you will need to level it with the E-Z-Go before you send it into the dry cleaning machine, so that it helps to flush it. E-Z-Go will help to flush the Inco in your dry cleaning machine. So my objective in showing you these three products together is the absence of steam. A lot of people, they take to the spotting board and immediately they start with steam. I don't want you to do that. We want to be as efficient as possible. In many cases, when you're using E-Z-Go, the stain will come out and you can throw it into the dry cleaning machine when it's wet without flushing. If you decide to steam and flush, what does that mean? You've added water to the equation. And now what happens is you have to work a lot harder because you have to vacuum out and dry the garment and level it again before putting it in because you added steam. So we want to, as much as possible, avoid the use of steam. If you have to use steam, you have to use steam to accelerate it. That's one other issue that you have to decide. But in many cases, this can be done, the use of E-Z-Go and Targa-WeF and Inco without the use of steam. On the wet side, we have the Ryco and we have the step up to the Laundry Targo. Laundry Targo is a water-based POG. When we start talking about ink removal, I will demonstrate and talk to you a little bit more about Laundry Targo. But Laundry Targo is designed to stay wet on a stain. Again, absence of steam. If I have a mustard stain that comes in on a garment, if I have a mustard stain on a shirt, I'm not going to spend time on the spotting board. I am going to take the Laundry Targo, I'm going to put it on the mustard stain, work it in, and leave it until tomorrow. Laundry Targo is your best employee because it keeps working when you go home. It keeps working on the stain. It stays wet. It stays tacky. When you wash the shirt the next day, the mustard stain, Indian food, mustard, spaghetti sauce, soy sauce, any of those tough kind of stain will come out in the wash. The reason it comes out in the wash is because the Laundry Targo is breaking down the grease that is the cooking oil, the grease, the oil that is in the stain. If you have oil in a stain, you're not going to be able to proceed further until the oil is knocked out because oil and water don't mix. If you're using a water-based chemical and you haven't gotten the grease out, you're not going to have any good result because you must get the oils out from the stain before you tackle it with any other product. Third step, tannin removal. Tannin is anything from the ground, anything that grows from the ground, like tea, coffee, wine, and beverages. Most beverages are tannin related. Tannin usually is visible on the front of the garment because it's a spill. It's a liquid spill from a beverage you're drinking. Some stains respond very well to tannins. Other stains, we have to reverse the order, and I'll discuss that as we show you a wine stain in the demonstration. Your fourth step in stain removal is protein removal. Protein removal is any stain that occurs from the body. From the body means blood, urine, vomit, any kind of stain like that. This is a non-ammoniated protein remover. The reason it is non-ammoniated is when we're working on a silk, let's say, on a blood stain on a silk, we don't want to use an ammoniated product. Ammonia works very well in many cases, but if you start using ammonia on a silk, very often the ammonia will react with the silk itself and leave a yellow mark. So that's the reason this is a non-ammoniated. If you want to step into an ammonia product, you can just use raw ammonia after you use the QuickGo to give it a boost a little. But the QuickGo by itself, if you leave it for a couple minutes, it does that and more. So you probably won't have to look any further than that. We have another protein remover called SOGO number 1. Now, QuickGo is a liquid product. SOGO number 1 is a powdered product. The reason we use the SOGO 1 instead of the QuickGo is if you have a pair of pants that has urine on it, I don't want you taking the QuickGo and spotting it on the spotting board. I don't want you taking ammonia and spotting it on the spotting board. You might get the yellow stain out with a pair of pants that has urine on it, but when you wash it, you're not guaranteed to have that complete stain gone. The stain is gone and the urine is still a little bit present in the pants. When you put it on the topper, you will smell it throughout the plant. So we need to take that off the spotting board and we need to put it in a bucket of hot water with this powder, which is called SOGO number 1. It's an enzyme-based product with detergents and water softeners, and it works extremely well on urine stains and urine smell. For that matter, if you have a blanket or a comforter with cat urine, dog urine, blood. I saw a wedding gown of a lady. There's a picture that we can add here. A wedding gown that's just covered with blood from a car accident. It was soaked in Sogo 1, and all the blood that was from her nose bleeding came right out. It probably took an hour in a soaked, but it came out completely. And you will be impressed with that picture. Once you have removed all the ingredients of the stain, starting with soil, oil, and grime, and oils, greases, tannin, that's your third, protein, your last step is your proverbial yellow stain. The yellow stain is a dye from the plant, a dye from whatever has caused the stain. But if you don't take out the oils first, the yellow stain will not come out. But the yellow stains can be treated with generic products like hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is neutral to acidic depending on manufacturer. If it's a silk that you want to soak in lukewarm water, you would use the hydrogen peroxide because silk likes acidic chemistry. Silk and alkali don't work very well together because if you think of it, alkali products are protein removers, and silk is a protein. So the alkalinity in ammonia, let's say, is going to interact with the protein fibers in the silk blouse. So you want to use a peroxide for the yellow stains on the silk. If you have just a shirt with yellow stains on it, you can definitely soak it in sodium perborate or sodium percarbonate, because that's a very good last step for yellow stains. Now, when you soak with sodium perborate or sodium percarbonate, if you remember, we talked about RightGo as a neutral lubricant. If you add an ounce or two of RightGo, which is your neutral lubricant and spray spotter, general spotter, soil, oil, and grime, you add it right to the soak for the sodium perborate, it will swell the fiber so that the sodium perborate gets in and does a better job, quicker as well, better and faster. To recap what we've just been talking about, the 5 steps of stain removal are listed right here on your spotting board in order of use. I've got them so that you can work them from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 1 is your spray spotters, your general spotters, your leveling agent, your soil, oil, and grime. E-Z-GO dry side, RightGo on the wet side. Number 2 is your paint, oil, and grease removers, POG. Everybody knows the initials, POG. One for the hydrocarbon machine and dry cleaning machine, the other for ink and other soil, and then water-based POG. The third step is your tannin remover, which is called Bongo. Bongo is for anything from the ground. The fourth is your protein remover liquid or your protein remover, the powder enzyme for soaking. Your fifth step is all your bleaches, your hydrogen peroxide, your sodium perborate, your YellowGo, if you will. And if you use those 5 steps, you will accomplish much more than your competitor. Thank you very much for listening.